Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Dakota and today we are working on a floral bookmark using gouache. So the materials I'm using are tape to tape down the borders. I have 2 jars of water, a towel, or you can use paper towel. I have a size 6 round Princeton snap brush for the background, and I have a size 2 round Princeton snap for the flowers and leaves. I'm using my gouache. The colors I'm using is gray for the background, the Latin yellow mixed with some burnt umber for the stems and leaves, burnt umber for the center of the flowers, the cheesy yellow for the petals, and then I will use black at the end of the video. I also have the watercolor paper taped onto a cardboard backing that I get from the back of the watercolor pads of paper. It's a good thickness and it's just easier for me to move my paper around rather than having it taped to the table and stuck in place. It helps me with different angles and directions of my florals. So right now I'm just painting the background of the bookmark, and I've actually added a bit too much water so you can see the paper coming through. I will use my Sizzix heat tool to dry the layer, and then I will end up doing a second layer over top. The heat tool is great. I don't have that much patience to actually wait for the paint to dry on its own. This is a great tool and it dries the paint pretty quick. You just have to make sure not to hold it in one place for too long, as you can damage the paper and paint because it does get pretty hot. So I'm drying off the second layer, and one thing I wanted to mention that I don't do is after using the heat tool, you should really go around the border and repress the tape to the paper, because the heat loosens the adhesive of the tape, and you'll see when I peel up the tape at the end, some of the paint seeped underneath, which didn't leave me with a nice white border of what I wanted. So right now I just painted the center of the flowers. The first one is a circle with the burnt umber, and the second one is more of a cone shape. So the first flower is going to be a full front view. The second one will be a side view, and I'll do a third one that will be a down view so you won't see the center of it. And I'm using the cheese yellow now for the petals. The paint is still a bit watered down. I'm okay with the look of that. Some people would prefer more coverage of the paint. I really didn't mind the look of it. It's a nice effect for this. So I'm just going around and painting petals. They're not the same size, not the same shape. They don't all come to a point. It just makes it look more natural and realistic because no flower is perfect. So I originally was trying just to use the Latin yellow for the stem, and I realized that it was too close to the yellow color of the petals, so that's why I ended up adding the burnt umber to make it more of an olive green. So that when I paint it onto the back of the petals, I'm not sure what part of the flower that's called, but the part that connects to the back of the flower petals to the stem actually shows up. And these stems are just really nice and thin. They're not straight lines, they're curved, makes it look more natural, realistic, almost like they're moving in the wind. And just making sure that they connect, keeping them in line when you have to skip a section because the other flowers are in the way. So for the leaves, I don't know if these leaves go with these types of flowers. I just went with how it felt. They're just nice, simple, relaxing leaves that just seem to flow with the brush and the paint, and I like the look of them. After, we'll dry it off and pull the tape off, and then you'll see the gray, what I was meaning when you don't push down the tape after using the heat tool. You'll see the gray paint went over the border, which is why I end up using black paint to cover the border and change it so that it looks more neater. Okay, so that's the bookmark. Super simple, cute bookmark using gouache. So thank you so much for joining me. If you liked my video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.